Welcome to day 2 of the 2017 Envestnet Advisor Summit. Yesterday, if you didn't catch up, we posted the vlog. I'll link it right here. Everything was about keynote announcements, big additions to the product. But today, we switch gears because it's all about education and product updates. Today's first session featured Brandon Rembe, Managing Director of Technology for Envestnet Tamarack. Brandon provided a platform update for the Envestnet Tamarack solution and the Advisor XI suite, and he's the only person I know who can fit 4 hours of content into a 1-hour session. Okay, Brandon, we just wrapped up your session. Once again, a fire hose of information about product roadmap updates, things that have been added. Can you summarize what are the most significant benefits advisors are receiving from the recent product updates?
The things that I covered today really focus on the key couple of areas. One, digital client engagement. That's a huge focus for us and for our firms. We want them to be able to provide any level of digital service that the client wants. So whether it's a full robo-advisor offering all the way to still printing out their PDF reports and mailing it, they should be able to do that end-to-end for any client. So that's a big piece. Obviously, the Dynamics 365 upgrade will be a huge upgrade for our clients, not only in terms of the functionality that they get just from the Microsoft side of things, but the additional integrations and components that we're adding as kind of the whole suite of products together is a big upgrade. And then lastly, a lot of focus on security because we are pushing more things to a client portal, digital engagement, online availability. We want to make sure that the entire system is secure end to end. So I always put a lot of focus on security there.
You also took the opportunity to use a lot of your session time for the best ideas and the best feedback from your users. Why is that so important as a part of your session?
Well, all the features that we put into the product, 95% of them come from our client base. We get about 5,000 individual feature requests every year, and we read through all of them. The product team gets all of those emails, we read through all of them, we scan for the best ideas, the most commonly asked for questions. But it's really nice to get that face-to-face engagement and get real-time polling from the audience on what's important to them, what's not. You heard the big applause for some, and some it's an individual client issue, but it's nice to have that engagement here at real time so I can ask questions, get follow-up, and really hear how the client responds to those particular feature requests.
So the Envestnet Advisor Summit is a great place for your users to provide that feedback, but they can also reach out to you anytime, you and your team, to help move that roadmap
Absolutely.
forward.
We want real-time engagement with our clients. They provide the best ideas. They're the ones that drive the product forward.
I just finished my conversation with Brandon Rembe. Now the attendees are separating into the breakout sessions. There's a ton of breakout sessions through the remainder of the day where all attendees here at the 2017 Envestnet Advisor Summit are able to learn about product enhancements and get the education they need to move their business forward. We had a chance to grab a bite to eat during the lunch break here at the Envestnet Advisor Summit. Now we're going to go upstairs. We want to speak with Andina Anderson about the extensive training resources, the one-on-one labs, everything that Envestnet Tamarack offers its advisors to maximize their use of the platform. Now, Andina, I know the focus of today's agenda is really on advanced training. Can you walk me through a little bit more about the training resources available to attendees?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge part of the conference for us and something that we really work kind of the entire year to put together and make sure we have the right resources. So we bring out all of our consultants, our senior consultants, a lot of our service team, our support staff, to be able to just really focus on meeting with clients, and we do it in a number of different formats. One of them, like you said, is advanced training.
Right.
And that's where we really dive into it. We really get into a lot of the details that are just going to be too much for someone just coming on the platform. So this is intended for, you've gone through the basic training, you know how to use the products, and now let's really dive into, how do you set up those workflows in CRM, or how do you really understand the billing and reporting calculations in Advisor View. So it's a lot of effort put into it, and something that I think our clients really get a huge benefit out of.
Now, tell me about a few of the different types of sessions you have. There's some training downstairs in the exhibit hall. There's this area, the help desk area, that's very well attended, and the breakout sessions that are going on. Elaborate a little bit more about the different ways advisors engage with the resources.
Yeah, absolutely. So downstairs is more of kind of learning about products that you don't necessarily know about. So you're using one aspect of Tamarack, but I really want to understand more about what Envestnet does, or Yodely, or Wheelhouse. So downstairs is about, how can I learn more? How can I broaden what I'm using Envestnet for as an overall product? Then the sessions are, like I said, the more advanced sessions. So really, let's deep dive into some of those. Let's understand what's coming down the road. What are some best practices that other advisors are using? We like to use a lot of client panels.
That's right. You have many advisors giving panels.
Yeah, and that's been a really effective way because they don't just want to hear it from us, they want to hear it from their peers. And so we try to include as much of that as possible. And then throughout the last couple of days, this has been packed. And this is where clients can have one-on-ones with their service teams. They can go around, as you can see, it's broken out by product, so they can ask really specific questions that pertain really just to their business and make sure they have everything answered while they're here.
So clearly a big emphasis on training resources, education resources, a big component of the Envestnet Advisor Summit, especially from the Tamarack perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's critical. We think that investing in resources, a good support team, a good set of consulting resources for clients is critical for success.
Just like Andina said, advisors really appreciate the opportunity to hear from their peers in panels just like this one that just finished. We're on our way to a short networking reception. Afterwards, there's a closing night party, and we'll be back here bright and early for the finish of day 3. Back. It's day 3 of the 2017 Envestnet Advisor Summit. This is a little bit more intimate setting. We're able to have a chance to network here and get some breakfast. On the Envestnet Tamarack side, there are 6 final breakout sessions, one last opportunity to connect with Envestnet Tamarack trainers to get the most out of the Advisor XI platform. After that, there's a short break, and then everything finishes up with a closing keynote from University of Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh. That was Jim Harbaugh. I want to share with you one thing he said. He said, even if you face tough losses, you have adversity, change the I to an E. You need to not be bitter, but be better. And I think that's what advisors are doing here at the Envestnet Advisor Summit. They are not bitter about competition in the business, about automated investment services. They are using the resources that are available at a conference like this to be better. Thank you for joining us for our coverage of this event, and make sure you mark your calendar next May in 2018, where we will see you in New Orleans.